So guess what I did? I just came back from doing errands and I went to the grocery store. I needed eggs. Well, I dropped the bag, all broken. So we're gonna make a frittata. So to start your frittata, you need 8 eggs and you need a half a cup of milk. And we're gonna blend that together. Now, the great thing about a frittata is you can put really whatever you want in it. You can put broccoli, zucchini, any kind of cheese that you like. We are going to add some chopped onion. I have some peppers I had in the freezer. We're gonna add some of those in here. You need about a cup of cheese, and make sure that you use like a good sharp cheddar cheese or a goat cheese, or feta would be really good too. You just want a nice strong flavor cheese so you can taste it in your frittata. And then you add your vegetables that you want. I'm gonna add spinach, some tomato cut up, some onion cut up, and some peppers, because that's basically what I have. But I am also going to add some chopped garlic and a little bit of olive oil on our garlic infused oil to get your vegetables ready, anything that you want. So I'm going to add some pepper. I'm going to cut up some onion, and I'm also going to cut up some tomato and put some tomato in it. Really, you can make this however you want. You can put whatever vegetables. So I'm going to use a cast iron because this is going to cook on the top of the stove and then it's going to go in the oven. So you want to have an oven safe pan. So I am going to, first I'm going to add a little bit of our garlic infused oil. You got to do garlic infused oil. That smells amazing. Okay. So we're going to put a little bit in here, and I'm going to spread that around. That's going to give some nice flavor. Oh, that's going to give some nice flavor. Just to have a little bit on the bottom of the pan. Perfect. Uh-oh, that's really good. Okay, put your eggs in. Oops, make sure they're scrambled. That one wasn't scrambled. So 8 eggs and a half a cup of milk. Okay, now we're going to add whatever veggies you want. I'm gonna slice up some onion. And I want to add some pepper. And I had some colored peppers in the freezer, thankfully, because this was not expected. I wasn't planning on making a frittata, but somebody dropped the bag with the eggs in it. So, frittata it is. So, again, you can put as much or as little, or change out what you want, but I'm gonna put a good amount of onion in there and just sprinkle it all around. And I'm gonna add some colored peppers. I'm so glad I had these in the freezer. These are peppers from last year. Not that I grew, just peppers that I had, that I put in the freezer before they went bad. Hey, this was a good idea breaking all those eggs, because this frittata is going to be really good. Okay, so now I want to add, I have some spinach, so I'm going to add that in. And you can just push that down in there so it gets in there. Oh, look at how delicious this looks already. Can you see it? I'll bring it closer in a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to add some tomato. And I think I'd kind of like some chunks. So I'll cut it that way. And then plop them in. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be delicious. Okay, now I'm going to take out some garlic from my garlic infused olive oil, and I'm going to cut up a couple. Just so I can get some garlic flavor in the frittata. I did a recipe on how simple it is, or I did a video on how simple it is to make your own garlic infused olive oil. I'm gonna throw that around. I'm very excited how this is going to come out. Okay, now unfortunately, I do not have any feta or goat cheese, but I do have a strong cheddar. You want about a cup of cheese. You can actually put whatever you want. We are going to add some. This is a good cup. I'm also going to push some down in it. So some of the cheese is mixed in. Now, what you also want to do is don't forget your salt and pepper, because obviously I forgot my salt and pepper because I should have done that before I put the veggies in. Oh my goodness. It's going to be one of those days, I guess, right? That's okay. Now, you do have salt and cheese. So, for me, I'm not going to put that much in there. So, okay, so I am going to turn this on. I'm going to let a little bit of like kind of like it start to cook, like a little bit of a bubble in it. So the bottom gets a little brown, and this is also going to help get rid of some of the moisture from some of the vegetables, like the tomatoes. You know, there's a lot of liquid in tomatoes. I don't want a soggy frittata. And I'm going to put my oven on 400. And you, of course, if you don't have a cast iron, make sure you're using a pan that is oven safe. I'm bringing you close so you can see this. Look how delicious that looks. Looks amazing. So this is just going to cook for a little bit on top, and then it's going to go in the oven to finish baking. I'm going to start this on the stovetop about 10 minutes or so on medium-high heat, and then it's going to finish cooking in the oven at 400 degrees. And we'll be back. So while that's cooking, I was able to get the rest of the eggs out of the broken dozen. And I'm going to go ahead and add some spinach pieces. And I'm going to cook this up for the girls so they can have a nice little treat this morning. Well, I guess it's this afternoon now. But they're going to love this. Some spinach and some scrambled, whoop, don't use a bad one. Some spinach and some scrambled eggs for the girls. I'm sure they're going to love it. So, some ideas to add to your frittata. Zucchini, broccoli, mushroom, sweet potato, white potato, bacon. Ooh, bacon. Any vegetables that you like, I'm sure, would work fine in here. So, this is coming along really well. My center is starting to bubble. We're getting a little bit of a done layer around the outside, and that's what you want to get before you put it in the oven. Just a little bit of a done layer. And we are cooking the eggs and spinach for the girls. They're going to have a nice little treat. So today, because we broke a dozen eggs, we're having a frittata. Okay, you see how that's starting to look like an egg that's done around the outside? This is what we want. So now we're going to put it in the oven, 400 degrees. Okay. Make sure you have your mitts. And we're going to put this in the oven. Okay, it's done. See that center? See that? Hear that? That means your egg is completely done. Look at how beautiful that is. All because I dropped a dozen eggs. At a 400-degree oven, it took 10 minutes to bake. You should let it sit for a few minutes before you cut into it, but of course I can't wait. Look at how delicious. Gorgeous.